All right, we're just leaving Palmetto Island State Park here in Louisiana. We did not see any bears, although we were led to believe that they may eat our sewer hose. So we were not wanting to get in an interaction, but we were hoping to see some. No bears here. We're heading west just a little bit. It looks like, I don't know, 115 miles or so. And we're staying at a private campground just for the night to break up our trip until we head into Texas tomorrow. So hitting the road now. I think I would say we've been on some bad roads in other states, but I think on average, I would have to give Louisiana the worst road state, multiple different roads down here. Plus, in southern Louisiana, where we've been, I think everybody pretty much farms crawfish. This crawfish field after crawfish field.
There's a field that doesn't leave, that's glowing pink just off the ground.
Good one.
So we left Palmetto Island State Park. We had a few days to fill in before our next state park in Texas. Sometimes that happens, so we have to jump from state park to state park. We have to fill in some holes. So we booked a one-night stay in Louisiana at a private campground, and then we booked a two-night stay in Texas. A lot different than state parks, but private parks are a good option for fill-ins, there's no doubt. We by far prefer state parks over most private parks. Of course, there's always those RV resorts, which are private and super high-end and nice. You know, you're not going to get any arguments from me on those. But overall, I think state parks, you kind of just know what you're going to get.
Just got a quick overnight stop here. What's this place called? I forget. It's a private park. Seems okay. A lot of Unhitched RV resort or something. It just got bought and changed the name to that, but we're just here for till the morning. So, not terrible.
So the first stop we made was over at a place called Unhitched Lake Charles RV Park in Sulphur, Louisiana. It just off I-10, easy highway access. I guess it used to be previously known as Beyonder Resort, Cajun Moon, or similar Beyonder branding or something like that. It was a little confused. I think Unhitched is new, but no big deal. They have 134 concrete sites with full hookups, 30 and 50 amp. Include pull-through options and picnic table sites. They also had a motel up front, so they were all kind of booked up, and they had trucks and work trucks and some families there. When we pulled in, they were having a little bit of a tailgate party. They have two swimming pools. One is for everyone, family oriented, and then I guess they have one that was just for adults with a hot tub. Playground, game room. I think they have some pool tables and air hockey and stuff going on. There's a fitness center and a gym, and then they had laundry facilities. I saw something that said they had two laundromats, but I didn't verify that. We found one. There might have been one out front towards the motel. They had, I guess they sold propane if you needed it. There's a pond, people were fishing, it's supposed to be stocked, and then there's a dog run area and a walking path. They have I should say this place is located in Sulphur and like kind of Lake Charles area, and these are both, if you guys aren't familiar, major industrial zones with big oil refineries like Citgo, Phillips 66, that's all right here. There's also chemical plants nearby, many within a short drive. So at this campground, and not too much different than our next, there's a lot of temporary skilled workers, I would say, journeymen, contractors, welders, pipe fitters, electricians. They come for jobs like refinery maintenance, turnaround, shutdowns, or expansions. So a lot of the people camping here, it seemed to be they were there to work, and they didn't have trouble keeping it full. There's plenty of people willing to fill up this campground. These parks offer full hookups, laundry quiet sites, far cheaper usually than hotels, and I think that's what attracts it with the industry being around. But evidently this is pretty common. Many RV spots around Lake Charles and Sulphur cater to industrial contract workers due to ongoing energy sector activity, oil, gas, things like that. So probably different than any private spot we've stayed at, but just a bunch of people there to work, staying in the campground.
Just getting ready to pull out of here. That was our last night in Louisiana, and it was fine for an overnight. We're heading to Beaumont, Texas today, and extremely windy. It's not going to be very fun tow today. Luckily it's not too far though. We got like 30-mile-per-hour crosswinds. So yeah, and hoping the Texas roads are a little bit better. We got in the RV last night, and obviously things were shook around a little bit, and then we lost a glass bottle of ranch out of the cabinet. And this morning we found that all our eggs were cracked on the bottom. We take them out of the carton and put them in this little like composite little tray that fits in the fridge real well, and they had just jiggled enough on the bottom that they were all cracked, all contributable to the Louisiana roads here. Made it into Texas, and right now we're kind of in a town, so it's not high speed, but they don't mess around with their speed limits. Their state route roads, where usually we see like 50, 55, were 70, and then some of the highway was 75. I'm not sure if it gets faster than that or not, but of course we're not traveling that quick towing this refrigerator box behind us, but just fun fact there.
So the next stop we headed over was called Grand Pines RV Resort, located in Beaumont, Texas. Just off I-10. When I say off I-10, I'm not lying. It was just off I-10. You could hear every vehicle going down the road, and the RV sites were really nice though. This place had a lot to offer. Concrete pads, they were oversized. There's definitely big rigs here. Full hookups, 20, 50, 20, 30, and 50, electric and water. And I think they had a few pull through. But they had a swimming pool up by the clubhouse. I don't know if it was open. I mean, it wasn't covered or anything. I'm not sure if it was heated. There was a few leaves, not too crazy, but I didn't see anybody in the pool. It got a little cold while we were there. They have a playground. They have a fenced-in dog park. There's a nature trail, and then up at the front, there's kind of a little clubhouse area lounge. You can hang out. They had some board games, books to read. We took advantage of some of that, and some coffee and water for the people staying. There's a TV outside. There's a little patio seating area. No one was really using that, but it looks like a little bit of a hangout spot. I think they had some Wi-Fi available too if you needed. We had Starlink, and I don't think we had any trees in the whole park. So blazing fast speeds. Yeah, so this is, although different than Sulphur, so Beaumont, Texas is what they call the Golden Triangle. It's the industrial area, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange, with major refineries and chemical plants like Exxon, Mobil, Motiva, Valero, Chevron Phillips is here. So this is another one of those places that attracts temporary contractors, maintenance crews, welders, plant workers. They stay for refinery turnaround, shutdowns, and kind of ongoing projects as well. In parks like this, they provide all these different things much cheaper than hotels, so it makes sense. But most of the people were here to work, it appeared. Some of them had families. Not that I interviewed anybody got nosy, but some had families living with them, and they were just using this as a means of access to different work. But yeah, high demand for workforce housing due to constant oil and gas and chemical construction activity in Beaumont in the Port Arthur corridor. But yeah, overall, I think when you're on the road hitting Vista sites, sometimes you have to fill in the gaps. And we try to hit as many Vista sites as we can. I mean by that is fantastic on the water, state parks and things. Not different from where we're going to be staying at Texas next. These stops are both great for that. They filled the hole. We could, hookups, get things charged up. Was able to get the camper cleaned, get the truck cleaned, take advantage of some of that stuff. I don't think I'd want to be at either of those parks for a seasonal stay or a full-time kind of a deal, but very adequate for a night or two. And there was a few others of us that had just pulled in for the night and were pulling out, especially what they were located on I-10 if you're traveling that highway. This is a quick little in and out for you. Now this, I shouldn't say that. There's one in Beaumont. There's all kind of construction going on I-10 and these little side roads that run. So it was a little bit challenging to get to the park. But once we figured out kind of how things were flowing, we were able to leave and come and go as needed. But up next, we get back to State Park Ways, a fantastic state park, I should say. We head over to Galveston Island State Park in Texas. We get to take the Cybertruck and the RV on a ferry for the very first time. Have a fantastic stay. This place is beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Gulf State Park. This one, the camping's on the water though, so we can literally see the water from our campsite, which is beautiful. But if you're with me still, I appreciate it. I'm going to work on getting the Galveston Island State Park video out as soon as possible, and we'll see you then. Thanks.
You can find the most exotic type of butterfly.
How?
Well, it just dwells there. It only lives in Ohio and like Indiana.
It's very exotic.
Yes, only a small part of one continent, and only in a few states.
Huh.
Like Pennsylvania, India.
What's it called?
The red-spotted purple white admiral.